Do you like shopping on Wish.com? We're about to go pee-pee in your Coke. This is the Microtech Brachial.
Well, alright, so we're unboxing
Brachial.
here.
Check it out. Obviously, dumb-looking box.
Yeah, this is a common
box.
This is a very common fake Microtech box. You come across this a lot. If you ever get this little mini box, you got taken.
I think it starts with an F.
You got F?
Yeah.
Jesus, even the snap is.
Yeah.
That thing almost makes like a whoosh noise.
Yeah.
It lets you know it's arrived.
Yeah. Well, so right away, the grind is way different. Look how small the flat is on the grind here versus this one.
So the goddamn logo.
They're really big, cheap. Again, you can feel it, can't feel it.
Yeah. The coloration too, matte versus, this is kind of a satiny finish. I wouldn't quite call it gloss, but it's definitely a satin
I'm gonna
finish.
say eggshell.
Eggshell.
And then highly polished. Not polished, but like machined.
Yeah, the hardware is just
All
all
hardware,
wrong.
shiny
It's all
versus
wrong.
stone wash.
Painted fucking aluminum.
Yeah.
Let's see. On the checkering here, it's really fine compared to the checkering here on the fire button.
Also the button's bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not chamfered quite as cleanly. I mean, there is an attempt at a chamfer on the edge of that button, but it's not done well.
And it almost looks like it's raw aluminum. Same
Yeah.
with like the backspace there.
Yeah, the backspace is super bright as opposed to a stained wash titanium, I'm guessing. But even on the backside, no designer signature.
Mirror
Right.
finish clip.
Mirror finish clip, yeah. I mean, it's even internally. So if you can see that on camera, the backspacer has got a lot of shit going on the fake one, whereas the real one is just a clean,
Yeah.
a nice
divot
clean
here.
surface. Yeah, this has got
We'll
divots
actually
and
show
reliefs
that in
and
the B-roll here.
yeah,
popping
you'll
up
see it in the B-roll.
right now. Should I do a little tiny window when I put my finger up, or should it be a full screen?
Yeah, you should probably full screen it. I mean, if
Okay.
people watching on their phones ain't gonna see your little tiny ass window.
At this point, it goes full screen.
I notice there's a pretty good difference. Now, I don't know terminology here, but where the there's a lot less room in here than there is here. Like if you're looking straight on it, the pivot's much smaller. This takes up the whole internal between the scales.
yeah, huh.
That's a lot less. That's a lot smaller on
So
this one.
there's a lot of gap in between the blade and the edge.
And
of
there's
the-
an extra grind. Well, is it here? You just can't. Oh, it's there a little bit, but you can't quite see it.
And then in the when we took it apart, you can see in the footage that the internal mechanism is completely different. So like the plunge, and then the spring and the race that are inside there. This doesn't have a race. This does.
Yeah.
And it's completely different construction, which might explain why the pivot is bigger on this guy.
You can even see even the lanyard hole, even the space for the lanyard hole, probably 20% bigger on the real one.
Yeah.
And the blade stop too. So on the fake, the blade stop is smooth, but on the real one, the blade stop is grooved.
And this just looks
Much
cheap.
different jimping on here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you didn't have a real one next to it, and you might not pick up on some of the things, but
From the bottom here, there's a big difference in the grind line from the pivot up to the sharp blade.
Oh,
That's
for
got
sure.
this big chunky weird step thing, and that's just
Yeah.
a smooth, clean grind.
yeah, so the grind line comes back almost all the way to the handle on the real one, whereas you have a bit of a ricasso on the fake one.
All kinds
Someone
of
brought
little
out
things.
fake words today.
Well, it's just what it's called, the ricasso. Not a lot of people know that it's called the ricasso.
I'm waiting for you to say sex bolt at least once.
I ruined the sex bolt on our stitch, so
Yeah.
I had to send it back to Microtech and have it replaced. It was only $20, but
It's coming soon.
we used an impact gun on it. Oops.
No shit.
These are
Captured.
way more difficult to get apart than you'd think they would be.
Also,
Well, are they putting some kind of thread locker on it?
Well, yes, but it's the design itself. Unless you have had one apart before, you're probably not gonna guess correctly about how to take it apart.
And we will
Okay.
have a quick video right about now, and we'll pause with some nice background music showing you how to properly take apart either a stitch or a brachial.
Yes, because there's only one side of these, so they look like
Right.
you'd put one on each side and
Well,
maybe
one's a
loosen
male
it.
and one's a female. And
Yeah, so and it almost looks like a paramilitary 2 or a paramilitary 3, where it'd have like a center pivot
Right.
nut, and then it would go on each side.
That's
That is
a full sex ball.
one of those is fake,
Yeah.
and if you try to turn the fake one, it ruins shit.
Yeah.
Did we already talk about the stop on the back? How this one has
Yeah, that one's
contours
grooved and that one's smooth. Yeah.
Why have they contoured for like oiling purposes or just?
No,
because?
it's just a detail.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
you're what is it like $500?
What? $418. This is $418.
I mean, if you're spending
new.
$418, you need some like stylized machine.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's Microtech. They don't, they're not known for cheapening out on shit. You know? I mean,
I'm
they
surprised
they
there's
go
not
hard.
more skulls on it. To be
Well, I
honest.
mean, they've got knives that cost $3,000. You know,
When are you gonna get the giant?
Halo 5.
Yeah.
the Halo 5 with 3 pounds of
You mean
carbon
that
fiber.
$10,000.
Yeah, it's a
fucking-
$10,000 Halo 5.
You know how many cakes we'd cut with that? How many champagnes would be sabered?
Well, should we get to the meat and potatoes of what makes a knife and talk about Rockwell testing?
That's well.
So I didn't Rockwell the brachial. We always go ahead and trust the manufacturer's numbers that they put out. But the anyone? Oh, I showed you, huh? So there's no guessing. All right, well let's just show the shit that we came up with here. A 52 and 53. So as per, well, give us the hand tool standards here.
So if you're going to sell hand tools in the United States, this does not qualify as a box end or open end wrench.
So this is less effective than a wrench you get at Harbor Freight.
Even those don't qualify. But
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously. Like
Okay, so less effective than a Craftsman box end wrench.
but-
Husky
I mean,
qualifies. You know.
Husky qualifies.
Husky
There you
qualifies.
go.
Otherwise-
Why would you go and give Bowler all your money for M390
Yeah, I'm
steel
sure.
and then do such a poor heat treat? I mean, it says M390 on
Oh,
there.
then it must be.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, why would you do that?
It's,
I mean, I can't understand the concept of the Chinese manufacturer to do that.
It's probably just generic CRV steel that you'd use to make like
Yeah.
wrenches and stuff with.
Oh,
But
yeah,
they
for
didn't
sure,
heat
definitely.
treat it correctly. And the thing is that most, unless there are 2 reputable manufacturers of tools in China, if it's not from them, it doesn't meet the standard.
Oh, all right. Well, they don't sell knives. All right. See you guys later.
That was good.